Okay, so I should be back now. Boom. We are live again. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Welcome back to the Mental Manny podcast. Oh man. Oh hell yeah. Let me just pop this out and then we should be good to go. Let me just hop in this. Alright, so I'm going to read some things, okay? Because these podcasts haven't been very informative. I just wanted to read. Wait, is it on here? I don't think it's on here, but wait. I'll find it. I'll find it. Hold on. I'm trying to think of what I searched before to find this. Eesh. There we go. Bang. Bang bang. Ba bang. Here we go. Let me read this. So you guys know about schizophrenia, right? You know about it, right? You know all about that shit. Huh? You think you know about schizophrenia, but in reality, what you know is like the 10%. You just know it's something that like you probably call schizophrenics crazy and I'm not saying that annoys me that you call schizophrenics crazy. But it's kind of like someone saying that because I got a personality disorder, I'm some sort of psychopath. You know? I hate labels, man. I hate fucking labels, but they're necessary. They're very, very necessary. Certain labels. And I don't want to do a shit job of this, but like, you know, in society today, we need labels to describe what we can't really categorize in a way. So we need something to categorize it with, which is words and labels. So, in that respect, that we really do need something, labels. Sorry, I'm just filling up my fucking vape and it's kind of distracting. I'll let some people come in, see who's about, because I want this to be informative. I want this to be informative. Sorry, I'm just putting the top on. Oh, that's bright. See why I don't sit back here? Because my eyes would be like. Whereas when I sit here, it's like, oh man, all the goods of the lighting, and then like right here, that's like, oh, oh, that's perfect. But I have to sit like here, and then it gets a bit blown out. Whereas like right, like right round there is like the best area. But I don't really care. I'm trying to not look at myself in the live stream because it's kind of weird. Come on, people. Come into the stream. I actually need to put the stream out there. That would be kind of helpful. Let me get that link. Let me get that link, boy. Oh shit, I can just share it from YouTube. I'm being stupid. God damn. That'll do. Share to Facebook. Oof. Share in on a page. Yeah. Okay. So I posted it around and about. So schizophrenia, everyone think it's that disorder that just makes you crazy, like paranoid person. And it's more than that, you know? It is a chronic brain disorder, and it, to be honest, like you probably don't know anyone with schizophrenia because it's like it doesn't affect that many people, thankfully, because it's a horrible disorder to be brought down with. It affects less than 1% of the population of the US, this is. I can't really find UK studies that are well explained. So when schizophrenia is active, symptoms can include delusions, hallucinations, troubles with thinking, concentration, lack of motivation. So I can only speak on the behalf of hallucinations and troubled thinking with concentration, lack of motivation. The delusions, I've only very rarely had delusion. Hallucinations, I'm quite familiar with. I still get hallucinations. Trouble thinking and concentration. I have problems with that because of my medication. And a lack of motivation, again, medication will do that to you. So they can be really, really tough to deal with because you'll be stood somewhere and someone won't have a clue that you're hallucinating. You're just completely, say you disassociate, right? And then what will happen is things will start to change. But as soon as you bring yourself back, those things that are like changing, like hallucinations, will still be there. And it can be really worrying. It can set off a bunch of anxiety because you start to lose a grip on what is reality. And that can be really tough for someone. That can be super, super tough for someone. Especially the troubled thinking. Like, trying to speak about it, trying to get those words out, trying to explain what's going on with you can be just as confusing for the person. I don't know if this is aimed right, but it can be just as confusing. The lack of motivation sucks. That gets worse with like the heavier medication you're on. It's hard to get out of bed in the morning. Much harder. However, as schizophrenics do prove, most symptoms of schizophrenia can greatly improve with treatment. There isn't actually a cure. If you've heard there's a cure, you are wrong. Go check the psychiatry reports. There is no cure. Research is leading to new, safer treatments. Experts are also unraveling the causes of the disease by studying the genetics, conducting behavioral research, and using advanced imaging to look at the brain structure and function. So it's kind of like they have lots of scans and new scans, and they're finding new ways to kind of image the brain and kind of find out, like, look side by side, like at the differences. The complexity of schizophrenia may help explain why there are, hold on, I just got some weird ass noise. I don't know what the noise was or what that meant. Did you just hear that? Doo-doo. I don't know what that was or what that means. I have no idea. I just hope it's not bad. Anyway. The complexity of schizophrenia may help explain why there are many misconceptions about the disease. Schizophrenia does not mean split personality or multiple personality, which is what it's associated with these days. You know, people think schizophrenics are like serial killers. They're not. Most people with schizophrenia are not dangerous or violent. Big news to you. Big news. Yeah. Most people with schizophrenia are not dangerous or violent. Get that into your head. Right into your brain. Because they genuinely aren't. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. I've been in a ward with schizophrenics. And it was, funnily enough, the schizophrenic who wasn't violent. He thought violent things were going to happen to him. He wasn't violent. Most of the people with schizophrenia live with family or in group homes or on their own. Well, that's kind of obvious. They're also not homeless, or nor do they live in hospitals. That don't, wait, what? That doesn't make any sense to me. They are not homeless. Well, they could be. They do not live in hospitals. I get that bit. Most people with schizophrenia live with family or in group homes or on their own. So that like covers everyone, sort of. Anyway, research has shown schizophrenia affects men and women about equally, but may have earlier onset in males. Rates are similar around the world. People with schizophrenia are more likely to die younger than the general population, in part because of higher rates of co-occurring medical conditions such as heart disease and diabetes. So, when the disease is active, it can be characterized by episodes in a patient is unable to distinguish between real and unreal experiences. I have some experience with that. As with any illness, the severity, duration, frequency of the symptoms can vary. However, in persons with schizophrenia, the incidence of severe psychotic symptoms often decreases during a patient's lifetime. Not taking medications as prescribed, use of alcohol or illicit drugs, stressful situations tend to increase the symptoms. Categories of these symptoms. Positive psychotic symptoms. Hallucinations such as hearing voices, paranoid delusions, and exaggerated or distorted perceptions, beliefs, and behaviors. So, positive psychotic symptoms doesn't mean it's like a good symptom. It just means that it's like, oh, hell yeah, man. I'm doing a lot better. I'm just, in therapy, making movements, and then trying to keep on with this YouTube channel to see if it will help anyone else out there. But I appreciate the support. We're just speaking about schizophrenia at the moment because there is a massive stigma around schizophrenia. And I just want to shine some light on it, some positive light, and kind of prove that they aren't crazy people. They aren't like completely deluded. They have delusions. They're not deluded as people. So the negative symptoms, loss, decrease in the ability to initiate plans, speak, express emotions, or find pleasure. The disorganization symptoms, confused, disordered thinking and speech, trouble with logical thinking, sometimes bizarre behavior and abnormal movements. They also have problems with impaired cognition, problems with attention, concentration, memory, decline in educational performance. They first appear in early adulthood. Watching a bit. Oh, that's awesome, bro. That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Men often experience these symptoms in their late teens, early 20s. Women often show their first signs in their 20s and early 30s. So men do have an earlier onset. because they get it in their late teens, whereas for women, often first show signs in their 20s. There is more subtle signs that could be present earlier. Troubles in relationships, poor school performance, reduced motivation. Before the diagnosis can be made, a psychiatrist should conduct a thorough medical examination to rule out substance misuse, neurological illness, medical illness, whose symptoms relate or mimic schizophrenia. There is a lot of risk factors, I guess, with schizophrenia. There's a number of genetic and environmental factors that can contribute to the causation, and life stresses may play a role in the disorder's onset and course. Since there are multiple factors may contribute, scientists cannot yet be specific about the exact cause in individual cases. Since this term schizophrenia embraces several different disorders, variation in cause and between cases is expected. There is good rehabilitation for people with schizophrenia, and there's many people out there that do really, really well and have schizophrenia. They manage to live a completely normal life. Treatment lead highly productive and rewarding lives. So, as with any other chronic illness, some patients do extremely well while others continue to be symptomatic and need support and assistance. After the symptoms occur of schizophrenia are controlled, various types of therapy can continue to help manage the illness and improve their lives. Therapy support can help people learn social skills, cope with the stress, identify early warning signs of a relapse, and prolonged periods of remission. Because schizophrenia typically strikes in early adulthood, individuals with this disorder often benefit from rehabilitation to help develop life management skills, complete vocational or educational training, and hold a job. For example, supported employment programs have been found to help persons with schizophrenia obtain self-sufficiency. These programs provide people with severe mental illness with competitive jobs in the community. For many people living with schizophrenia, family support is very important to their health and well-being. It's important for the families to be informed, supported themselves. Organizations such as Schizophrenia and Related Disorders, Alliance of America, and Mental Health America offer resources to support individuals and families. Optimism is important, and patients, family members, and mental health professionals need to be mindful. Too many patients have a favorable course of illness. That challenges. This English isn't very good coming from psychiatry.org. That challenges can often be addressed. That challenges can often be addressed, and that patients have many personal strengths that can be recognized and supported. There is related conditions, schizoaffective disorder, oh my god, my English myself, and I'm from England, is a bit worrying. Schizoaffective disorder, delusional disorder, brief psychotic disorder. I had a brief psychotic disorder. Schizophreniform disorder. Not heard of that one. Catatonia. I've not heard of the last two, but the top three I know about. So schizoaffective disorder is like onsets and you'll go through periods. Delusional disorder is just basically like the symptom of when you have schizophrenia. So you might not have schizophrenia if you're just having delusions. Brief psychotic disorder, very prominent, I would say, in younger people. The change of the brain and the progression, if you have like a tough time through the progressive stages, you're likely to have psychotic breaks. And in a psychotic break, you could be deemed as having brief psychotic disorder. I have it for a bit longer because my BPD can incline brief psychotic breaks, which isn't actually the brief psychotic disorder. It's very confusing. Brief psychotic breaks. So that is the symptoms. Let's get on to the better stuff. Like the hope. The symptoms is like, oh my god, imagine having fucking schizophrenia. It'd be horrible. It actually would. Like, it would be, I don't know. There is help out there, though. And I know for a fact there's many schizophrenics who do really well. So, even though there is no cure for schizophrenia, many patients do well with minimal symptoms. Medication can reduce the symptoms and greatly reduce future worsening of symptoms. That is a big one. Like, people hate medication, but for some disorders it's kind of needed, and they might be on it for the rest of their life. Like, if that allows them to have a life, why take that away from them? Psychological treatments such as CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, that is, or supportive psychotherapy may reduce symptoms and enhance function. There is other treatments aimed at reducing stress, supporting employment, improving their social skills. I'm currently in a program like that myself. A variant antipsychotic medications, which I'm on, are effective in reducing the psychotic symptoms present in acute phase of illness, help reduce the potential for future acute episodes. So it's not, like, it's not all bad. It's not all bad. I thought it'd be like that when I got hit with the boom, your BPD, boom, major depression, boom, general anxiety, boom, this, that, and the other, boom, general PTSD, complex PTSD, general anxiety disorder, blah, 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 list goes on. But it's not all bad as long as you can get treatment for the things that really affect you, and then if someone else comes into play, then you're able to deal with that better. Because treatment's important, because if you let it kind of do its own thing, you don't know what, like, you know how you're doing, but you don't know how it's going to affect you in the future. So you kind of want to set yourself up on a good path. There is diagnosis and treatments. Can be complicated by substance misuse. People with schizophrenia are greater risk of misusing drugs than general population. If a person shows sign of addiction, treatment for the addiction should occur alongside the treatment for schizophrenia. I think that's the case with quite a lot of like personality disorders as well, that they tend to say that you enter risk-taking behavior. I don't really know why, but I know it's the case. I've found myself at a point in my life where I was engaging in lots of risk-taking behavior. I know other people with personality disorders that have done the same thing. I don't actually know why. I probably should find out. I don't claim to be like this guru of mental health stuff. I'm no psychiatrist, no psychologist. I don't claim to be. I just claim to try my best to learn, you know. I'm learning as much as you people are. I'm just making it available and making it in a format where you don't have to do the reading. It's me, and I'm dyslexic. Like, I'm badly dyslexic. So when you hear me say these things wrong or kind of do this, that, and the other, I get just as annoyed as you probably do at the fact that I can't kind of keep going with stuff, and I don't read in a particularly easy to remember format, I guess. I do try my best though. Rehabilitation and living with schizophrenia. These treatments. Oh, I have read this. So, wait. Yeah, I read that. Is it giving me the same information twice? Diagnosis can be complicated. I think it's giving me the same information again. I don't want to. Yeah, I think this is kind of what I've touched on already. Yeah. It's the same thing. So, schizophrenia, like lots of other disorders, bad stigma. It's not the disorder that makes you crazy. It's not the disorder that makes a killer. It's nothing like that. It is just a disorder that comes with nasty symptoms but can be treated. And there is so many stories online of people doing really, really well with schizophrenia. You'll read lots of stories of like horror stories with schizophrenia. But I guarantee you type in any disorder, disorder, good one, disorder on Google, and type in after horror story, it'll come up with something. It's Google, man. You're bound to find something, but take everything with a grain of salt, you know? Take everything with a grain of salt. This family, my English is so broken today. I said family, but I meant website. Don't ask why I thought family. This website is actually quite good for explaining and kind of putting it into a way you can understand. That is psychiatry.org. And this is the patients and families section. There is a psychiatrist section, resident and medical section. There's all kinds of information on this website. It's great. It's great. I love it. Absolutely love it. Righty, right. Hold on. So that's schizophrenia for you guys. Just to clear the water around it. Hold on. I forgot the music. I forgot the bloody music. There's this like 12-hour stream that I love to play. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Yeah. That's nice. That's real nice. Okay. Let me get up this. Oh. How do I keep that on the screen as well? Is that, nope. Okay. Okay. So. Let's just drag this to like here. Drag this to here. Boom. Nice. Mental tools for success? I don't think so. That sounds like an advertisement. I'm trying to find the section that I enjoy. Self-help. Let's have a look at you. Empowerment diary. Is Dark Reader on? No. There we go. I was about to say, I have like this, it's not like a disorder, it's like a genetics thing. I have a problem with my eyes, bad astigmatism, and it creates this contrast issue. Like, wait. Reading contrast. Here we go. This is it. How? Yeah. Contrast sensitivity and Ireland syndrome. Yeah. So these are some of the symptoms of it. Sensitivity to strong sunlight, fluorescent strip lights, like this. Fuck me. Complain about text moving, complain about distortions to the page, find larger text easier. This can be related to eye tracking too. Eyes watering while staring at computer screens, getting headaches while trying to read or do mathematics. That was me constantly. I would tell my maths teacher that I was getting a headache, and he was like, "You're just stupid. You should do more revision." Thanks. I won't say his name. Yeah, so like the thing that really helps is these tinted acetate sheets placed over the page of text. If there's a clear improvement rather than a mild one, we recommend getting a screening test done. For me, it was absolutely immediate. Like, immediate. It was insane. Like, they only found this out in college because I complained and complained and complained. And then they found out I was dyslexic, dyscalculia, and that I have still symptoms of like ADD, and that I have this contrast issue, which is Ireland syndrome. I'm not gonna lie, it's not one of them things that's gonna change your life. It's not gonna put you down in the dirt, but it is kind of nasty. It's just a contrast issue, but it can be horrible. Like when you're trying to do a test or something like that, you need the right tone. Everyone's eyes are different, but it's better if you're not looking at white paper with black text. So kind of what I've got on my screen is, how do I do this? I actually don't know how to do this. Hold on. Sorry. Let's have a look. Does this work? Filters. Yes. Take away that. Right. Let me... Jesus Christ. Oh no. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. Window capture. So, if you have a look, guys, can you see this? I don't know if you can see this. Oh, you can't. Wait. How do I... Window title must match. I don't know how I can get you guys to see this. The YouTube won't work. Ah. Wait, it shows my mouse, but it won't show what's on the bloody screen. Filters. Hold on, I know what I can do. Let me remove that real quick. And then it's display capture. Yeah. So if you have a look, this is what I mean. So see how this page is like black, like this, like that, and see how my Google's like this, and see how my, say, this is all black. See that? How beautiful that is to look at? Like black. Look at that. Beautiful. Everything. Black theme, everything. And yeah, if you want to know how to do this, get a thing called Dark Reader, baby. Because without it... Oh dear. Have I broken it? Oh, god damn, boy. Look at that. That's disgusting to look at. That's horrible. Look at how nasty that is to look at. Oh my. Oof. Ay, ay, ay. And then, watch this. Oh, it's not doing it automatically. You kind of have to refresh it, but... yeah, then it becomes this, and it's a lot nicer to look at. You can do the brightness, you can make it real dark, you can, I'll just leave mine at normal. You can turn the contrast up if you're struggling to actually read, but seeing as I have the contrast issue, I kind of like to just leave it on normal. You can do sepia, which is like maybe if it's late at night and you don't want to let those colours through. There is a sight list, so you can do inverted. I just toggle it on and off. There is font names. Wait. Oh, that's cool. So you can like make the text thicker. How do you do that? Oh, wow. So on dynamic, it will try it out, but on static, it's like a static thing. Filter plus, obviously it changes, so you'll just use whatever's best for that website. Dynamic's usually the best one to go for because some of them make text kind of like highlighted text not great. Dynamic works really well. So yeah, I thought I'd share that with you guys just in case you know, have an issue with bright pages, and I do, so this is something I use on a daily basis. Don't look at that. There's another thing here, honey, that's great for coupons. That's not mental health based, but you know, I thought I'd share that with you guys. Yeah, I thought I'd share that because I guarantee at some point you've been like squinting at the web page. And if that is you, it's right there on Chrome Store, baby. It's right there, baby. Let's have a look. How we doing? Alrighty. How we doing? Let's click live real quick. 144p, lovely. Yeah, the quality is actually not too bad. The latency's horrible right now. The latency is horrible. But you know what? Can't complain, man. The stream quality is nice. Kind of enjoy it being like this. It's a chilled atmosphere. But yeah. Let's have a look at this real quick. I need to zoom in because my eyes are real bad. I can't stop yawning. I'm just reading right now. If you want to read with me, I'll let you read with me. Okay. Luke. I also find doing this kind of helps as well. Just kind of highlights it. This past week I thought. What is memoir in progress and needed direction? Right, such as work that is determining memoir's focus and invest structure. Work covered these subjects and more than one topic that kept rising to the surface was how to handle the negative self-talk and inner critic that tries to stop from doing. Alright, this is a bit of a preachy kind of about negging voices. I'm not a big fan of that. Hold on. That's not great information. I guess it's helpful, but not great. Let's have a look. People always ask me as well, aren't you dyslexic? How do you read so well? Well, the fact is that I had this late onset of dyslexia. It was like a late onset. Well, it's not late onset. It kind of is. It started in high school, and I think it was to do with stresses in my brain, and I didn't used to have that in primary school. I used to be a really, really good reader in primary school, and I still am. Like, it's not like really, really bad dyslexia. It is just like I'm just about dyslexic. It's mainly when I'm reading stuff aloud. It's mainly when I'm reading stuff aloud, because my brain starts to mumble jumble it around, and I kind of categorize things in my brain differently. My reading speed, if I read too fast, it becomes a bit more of an issue. And to other people, that might be like normal reading speed to them, but I have to read real slow if I want to understand. But yeah, people say, oh, how did you combat the dyslexia and how did you manage it? Well, read a lot. Like, I read tons of stuff online. It's the only place I will read. You can just look at stuff you're interested in, get it in text, read it by yourself. Don't read aloud. Don't stress yourself out with it. Just read a lot. You'll get better. Not as in like the disorder will get better. You just get better at reading, which manages it. And you'll find your way with it. It's not gonna be a thing that like continues really bad. It might be, but you can do your best to just keep reading and get your skills up on reading. Especially when it comes to reading and speaking, that's more difficult. I prefer to kind of freehand, so not use words and not use scripts or anything like that. I prefer just kind of speaking and letting the words flow. I guess that comes with being a rapper, very kind of associated with words, enjoyment of words, like lyricism, enjoyment of finding new words, finding out what they mean and how you can use those words. That's a big like positive for people with dyslexia. I think rapping is great because it includes not only reading but saying it aloud and then having to flow that and kind of do that to a beat. That really helps. I've heard other people say that as well, that dyslexia was really bad and then when they started rapping it slowly got better. I feel like rapping is sort of like retraining your brain to work a little bit faster when you're reading and for your cognitive skill of speaking to be a bit more defined, a bit more refined, a bit more clear. I feel like dyslexia can be really, really situational as well. Like, say if you are under stress, say if you're in a situation where you're in front of people and you're anxious, it's going to be a whole lot worse. It's going to be worse, man. But that's anxiety for you. If you can manage the anxiety, the dyslexia will be better as well. So you got to find your own way with it. You got to find what works for you. Just don't give up on it, man. Just don't be one of them guys like, oh, I've got dyslexia. You know? Do something about it. Read more. Do little things here and there to benefit it. Don't just sit around with it and mope that you can't read, because anyone can read. Anyone can read it. It's just dependent on how much you want to try, how much effort you want to put into it. You can't blame the disorders and symptoms and syndromes for everything. You gotta actually make some movement before you can finally say like, yo, I gave this my best shot for like years. I've tried my best. I've tried my best for so long. After that, then I will kind of accept that, yeah, maybe it affects you a bit more and maybe you need a bit more attention to it. But until that point, I would say you're just not doing enough. And that's not trying to say like you're not trying. I just don't feel like some people try for long enough. I feel like the brain takes a while to click into the motion of things. I feel like it might take people longer to kind of obtain the information and make it stick. That could be dependent on memory, that could be dependent on so many different things, but you just gotta keep trying, you gotta keep active, you gotta keep your brain active most of all, and you've really gotta kind of just stick with it. Like, if you really want it to be in a place where you could say, oh, this doesn't affect me now, you really need to kind of keep trying with it and keep doing what you're doing, and try new things. Don't just stop at one thing and be like, oh, this didn't work, so nothing will work, I guess. Don't be that guy. Just do what you gotta do, man. That's the best advice that I can give to do with dyslexia and kind of reading difficulties in general. Just don't stop trying the different methods. Because as soon as you stop trying, that's when you're going to see even bigger downfalls in your reading capabilities. It's something that you got to keep doing as well. Like, reading isn't like, oh, you read a couple of books and you just know how to read. Like, that's just a lie. That is just a lie. Do do do. Do do do. Bom bom bom. I kind of need to change the thumbnail for this podcast. For the podcast. Hold on. I don't want chanalytics. Studio better. Studio better. Go to the live dashboard. Change thumbnail. Change the thumbnail. Shit, where's the thumbnail? My story, how to. Hey, wait, this might be the one, I guess. I think that's the one. Piece is almost ready. We'll see it in a moment. Okay. Return to. Let's go to this. Oh no, not that. Go into my Google Plus all the bloody time. All the bloody time. I have really shaky legs and I never really kind of clocked on to the fact that it shakes the camera as well. I shake my legs a lot. Like a lot. I knew it. I go onto Facebook and it says you've got this many messages. And then you click it and then you don't have any. I don't have any friends. How long have we been going? Because I actually need to make a video. We've been going for nearly an hour. That's decent enough. I did say I'd live stream today, and I've done that. So I explained something, and it was informative. Yes. Oh no, we've heard this song so many times on my videos. Oh, and we've heard that as well. I guess that will do. But yeah, I've achieved what I set out to do, and I will bid you goodbye. But there will be a video hopefully coming out tonight. Hopefully. It's been busy, boy. It's been busy. Honestly, been busy. I've been uploading videos and uploading these live streams like it's a fucking job. You get me? Like it's a bloody job. So I'm gonna have to slow it down at some point, but honestly, I've been working my ass off with this stuff. So yeah, if there is a video tonight, please do check it out. It's probably something important. If not, I will get it out tomorrow, and then I should be doing another live stream tomorrow. Hopefully another informative one. But yeah, I'll catch you guys next time.